Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Congratulations! You have made it to the first Friday of the new year, and what better way to celebrate this outstanding achievement than getting your fix of the newest military news? So let's waste no more time and get you what your hard work has earned you. Welcome to the Debrief. Starting off this year with some excitement as attacks in the Red Sea by Iran-backed Houthi rebels continue. Just hours before the New Year's ball dropped in New York, U.S. military officials reported that they had shot down 2 anti-ship ballistic missiles fired towards a container ship by Yemen's Houthi rebels. A short time after, 4 small crafts attempted to hijack the container ship, only to be absolutely decimated by the good old red, white, and blue, baby. U.S. naval helicopters deployed from the USS Gravely and the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower aircraft carrier responded to a distress call coming from the beforementioned container ship, stating that it was under attack by 4 small boats and that their contracted security teams have exchanged gunfire and that the attackers had also attempted to board. Answering the call, the U.S. helicopter sprang into action. Now issuing verbal warnings to the attackers, the boat crews opened fire on the helicopters, making the single biggest mistake of their miserable lives. The helicopters responded with a loud and thunderous "fuck you," returning fire and destroying 3 out of the 4 crafts along with their respected crews. The 4th boat was lucky enough to flee the area, and no reports of damage to U.S. personnel or equipment was reported. The Red Sea has seen a shocking amount of activity since November 2023. 25 separate attacks have been conducted by Houthi rebels. Now, Houthi leadership spokesmen have responded to this event, stating that the U.S. is, quote, the instigator of wars, problems, and chaos, end quote. Additionally, he stated that, quote, the U.S. has committed a major crime by targeting our armed naval forces who were just carrying out their official routine duties in the Red Sea for the sake of navigation security. Now, my friends, I'm not sure if our Houthi leadership have had a chance to analyze this official graft, and yes, it is backed by science, but if they continue their linear path of f***ing around as the graph represents, they will indeed find out by the U.S. Navy. So, if you f*** around Houthi, you will find out. But we will continue to monitor the situation in the Red Sea and report on it as events unfold. But now, for our next piece of news, the U.S. Air Force's secret hypersonic jet is said to allegedly break sound barrier in 2025. Quick side quest on this one. I think this is a horrible title for a news story trying to, hype up an aircraft, and let me tell you why. To break the sound barrier, you must exceed Mach 1, which is approximately 770 miles per hour. And if you've seen the movie The Right Stuff, you get it. Now, the average military jet nowadays has a cruise speed of Mach 0.8 through 1.2, and that's just the cruise speed. So I don't think the author here did their research on what's an exciting article, but that's okay. Let's get to what the article is talking about anyways. The SR-72, nicknamed Son of Blackbird, is allegedly scheduled to spread its wings and take flight in 2025. Now, this aircraft is said to be a top secret project of the U.S. Air Force and will be capable of exceeding speeds of 4,000 miles an hour. Now, to put this speed into perspective, you would be able to fly from the U.S. to Europe in just an hour and a half. So, it's wicked fast. Now, the article also states that these speeds will make it the fastest plane ever produced, but My confidence in the author is already at a low because of the whole breaking sound barrier article fiasco, but that doesn't matter. The title holder for world's fastest airplane is the North American X-15, which currently holds the record for fastest speed ever achieved by a man-powered aircraft. And if you're wondering, that speed is Mach 6.72 or 4,520 miles an hour. Now, the speeds of the currently in development SR-72 are, of course, figurative since we have no way of measuring a product that currently doesn't exist. But if the engineers at Lockheed Martin can put the proof in the pudding come 2025, that would be an amazing achievement and addition to our US military. The SR-72's role is likely going to follow in foot of its predecessor and father, the SR-71, which mainly was used for ISR, which stands for Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance. Now, the biggest difference between the 71 and the 72 is that the newer model will not require a human pilot. Yes! Maverick is currently bawling his aviator-covered eyes out to the fact that the SR-72 will be unmanned, hypersonic, and a reusable aircraft. We have seen the advancements in technology, not just in our military, but in the workforce in general, start to replace human jobs. So to me, this news isn't that shocking. But remember, folks, pilots are still a necessary job in the military. So if you are one of those nerds that enlisted in the Navy or the Air Force to fly because you watched the newest Top Gun, don't be afraid, because you're not going to be replaced. You're not going to lose your job, right? You can still fly. But the SR-72 is meant for highly specialized recon and fire missions in which using manned aircrafts poses a significant threat to pilot lives. The hypersonic speeds allow the bird to evade modern air missile defense weapons as well as complete missions in no time at all. However, this is the goal and not the product yet. So there is still a long ways ahead for Lockheed Martin in developing an engine that is capable of meeting these goals, but does not exist. So good luck to those guys. For our final block of news, the Wall Street Journal has recently released a short YouTube documentary from inside the US's new drone warfare school. If you have been following the Ukrainian conflict, you are aware that the use of drones has become exceedingly popular due to the accessibility, affordability, and ease of use of commercial drones. Now, from my experience, drones have been used in combat well before Ukraine, and honestly, it was my biggest threat to personal security while deployed to Syria in 2017. The US has finally acknowledged that learning how to combat UAS or unmanned aircraft systems is a top priority, and this has led to the creation of the Joint Counter Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems University, or for short, JCU. The school's goal is to teach, standardize, and centralize counter UAS across all the branches. Colonel Sauda, and I hope I pronounced that right, the current commander of the JCU, believes that, in quotes, warfare is changing very fast, and the current threat with respect to UAS is at the pace of your phone changing, end quote. I agree 100% with you, sir, and it is a very scary thought that the current reality is that you do not need to be in close proximity in order to conduct, arguably, a precision attack on a force. The JCU course takes anywhere from 1 to 3 weeks to complete, and it trains all the branches, including law enforcement agencies. Now, one of the craziest things in this video that's highlighted are something called drone swarms, and this refers to a network of multiple unmanned aerial flying platforms integrated as a single network. For me, this is pure nightmare fuel, and I know firsthand what the level of stress and damage one drone rigged to deliver ordnance on impact can produce. So if you are a service member, you should be staying up to date on all current threats. Do yourself a favor, look into the school and see if it's even possible for you to go. You will learn a valuable skill that is relevant, and you'll be able to bring that knowledge back to your unit, which will hopefully save lives when the time comes. If you want to know more about this, check out the Wall Street Journal's video on YouTube. It is titled Inside the US's Military New Drone School. Well, folks, that is going to wrap it up for this week. Do me a solid, and if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the PCFM podcast, check out the first formation with Izzy, as well as our video recordings of the podcast. Get down in that comment section with your thoughts on this week's news. My name is Cameron Fath, as always. Pleasure, folks, and I will see you next week on The Debrief.